Traveled to Haiti, and she joins us now with her exclusive investigation. Jen?
Maggie and Elliott, the Haitians being deported have lived in this country for years. They pay taxes, they own homes, they've committed no crime, and most importantly, they have children who are U.S. citizens. And wait until you see just how young some of the 5,000 victims and potential victims are, all because of that flawed law.
It is another chaotic day on the streets of Port-au-Prince, a polluted and often volatile place where young girls learn the fine balance between safety and survival. Tap, tap, sputter, and snake their way through narrow streets. Half-starved dogs and homeless women find shade from a sweltering Caribbean sun. And though Gary Joinville was born here, he doesn't belong here. You see, Haiti isn't really home to the 40-year-old former electrician. Rather, this street in Miami and this home is.
They really miss their daddy, you know.
And you do too.
Of course.
Gary's wife, Moline, tearfully describes how hard life is without her husband of 12 years, now forced to raise 3 children, ages 10, 5, and 3, by herself.
You know, when they're 3 years, so they keep asking me questions. Where's dad? Where's dad? So sometimes I feel very bad to tell him where is he, you know. So sometimes I try to change the subject. Yeah, because it can make him sad.
Gary lived in the U.S. for more than a decade. He's gone now, and not by choice.
Now, Gary Joinville did not choose to leave his family back in Miami voluntarily. He was forced to return to these dirty and oftentimes dangerous streets of Port-au-Prince after he was deported by the U.S. government in May of 2004.
Deported despite the fact that he has 3 U.S.-born children and committed no crime.
We certainly think that Gary's place is with his wife and with his children. They need him.
As longtime Haitian legal advocate Steve Forrester explains, Gary, along with 2,000 to 3,000 Haitians living in the United States, many of whom call South Florida home, face deportation because of a legal loophole.
These 2,000 or 3,000 people, because of an unintentional flaw in a '98 law designed to protect them, are facing deportation.
The repression and bloodshed in Haiti have reached alarming new proportions.
In October of 1998, President Bill Clinton signed the Haitian Refugee Immigration Fairness Act, or HRIFA, the intent to protect Haitians who were fleeing their country during the brutal dictatorships of the 80s and a 1991 violent military coup. But the framers of HRIFA made a terrible mistake, unintentionally excluding Haitians who fled their country by plane using false documents. Gary, like thousands of others, couldn't come to the U.S. by boat.
It was impossible for any boat person to flee because our Coast Guard would return them.
So he flew with a phony passport.
The U.S. attorney said to us once, when he was talking about people who come in this way, he says, those Haitians on the airplane, they should have done what Cubans who come in a similar way do. That is, they flush this phony document down the toilet in the airplane.
And while Gary passes his time in Haiti, still searching for a job in a country where 75% of the population is unemployed, Omile Fofoun Cesar wonders what fate awaits her. From all appearances, the Haitian immigrant is living the American dream. She moved to the U.S. 13 years ago, raising 2 U.S.-born children, 12-year-old Junior and 5-year-old Marlene.
He's at school.
The house even boasts the proverbial white picket fence.
Come on, Mommy.
But a black cloud hangs over this bright blue home. Fofoun hands me a deportation order issued by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Recently, her appeal was denied, and a final order has now been issued.
She was in danger of political persecution had she stayed in Haiti. That's why she had to flee.
Fofoun was a supporter of President Jean-Bertrand Aristide. After the coup in 1991, her allegiance could have meant death. So she, too, boarded a plane bound for Miami with a fake passport.
If you try to save your life, anything you want to do, you do it, because you try to save your life.
Have you ever been to Haiti?
No.
Never.
Only my mom.
Fofoun's children don't speak Creole and have never been to Haiti and don't want to leave their home for a country mired in poverty and despair. Like Gary's children, they'll stay in the U.S. if their mom is forced to leave.
This is putting families in a very, very difficult, heart-wrenching situation.
Marlene Bastien has been a Haitian rights advocate for more than 10 years.
You finished doing homework today?
Giving me a tour on this day of the after-school program at the Center for the Haitian Women of Miami. She knows Fofoun's predicament all too well.
She was facing death. This is someone who would have been killed, like Alert Belance, for example, who probably would have been hatched to death. Alert Belance was hatched to death, her breasts were cut off. This probably would have happened to Fufun.
Further, Fufun, like many Haitians living in the U.S., send thousands of dollars a year back to Haiti, frequenting wire transfer stores like this one in Little Haiti.
That's why I don't have enough money. I'm working, but I don't have money.
But you send it all to Haiti.
Send to Haiti.
The irony of this, Jennifer, is that by deporting these people, the administration, wittingly or unwittingly, is encouraging the very migration outflow from Haiti that they say they're trying to prevent.
Congressman Kendrick Meek acknowledges that the framers of HRIFA did not intend to leave out those who came to this country with phony passports.
That was their way of being able to claim political asylum.
So he introduced the HRIFA Improvement Act of 2005.
It's one set of rules for everyone else, and it's another set of rules and regs for Haitians. And what we're trying to do is come before Congress and ask them to allow Haitians to receive equal treatment, not special treatment.
But the likelihood of Kendrick Meek's reform bill passing is how high?
In this Republican-controlled Congress, I think that it's perhaps unlikely.
So something far more immediate is needed.
Who is the one that can do this?
The Department of Homeland Security, President Bush if he wants to, even Governor Bush if he wants to, can do a lot.
While Marlene lobbies in D.C. and Steve continues his legal advocacy work, Fufun could do little but put on a happy face for her children.
I don't want you to go Haiti. I want you to take care of me with my daddy.
Okay.
Relying on her faith in God, she is now living on a prayer.
The oldest one said, Mommy, I would like to see my father. Why can't you send me to see my father?
It may be too late for Gary's family, but they too are hopeful, praying for a reunion that will take the father of three away from this and back home in the arms of his wife and children.
The easiest way to stop these deportations until the law can be corrected is through something called a DED, or Deferred Enforced Departure, for those who would be covered under the Improvement Act. And all it would take is one phone call from President Bush or even Governor Bush to the Department of Homeland Security to make that happen and stop ripping these families apart. Reporting live, Jennifer Santiago, CBS 4 News.